Hello, Boone High, and welcome to this week's news show. I am your host, Janae Hoffman. The library has set out to teach students about books that have been banned or censored. With more on this, here's Rachel Ryan.
Across the world, books have been banned or challenged for one reason or another. I interviewed Scott Kiesel and learned about the history of Banned Books Week. Why do we celebrate banned books?
Well, the reason we celebrate Banned Book Week, it shows that here in the United States we're free to read anything that's printed, and we don't want any censorship. We don't want anybody telling us what we can and can't read. All Quiet on the Western Front, this was set for the Nazi book burnings. That's why that one was banned.
Some banned books that might surprise the reader include The Lorax, Harry Potter, and Goodnight Moon. Many others have made the ever-growing list, reasons ranging from Oliver Twist's anti-Semitism to Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl, for being a real downer. All challenged and banned books can be checked out. Try one out, and then read as many as you can. This has been Rachel Ryan from Boone TV.
Thank you, Rachel. BHS students display a wide variety of talents. I had the chance to chat with special musician Cathy. There are many unique talents at Boone High School. Opera is one of them. Meet Cathy.
I'd have to say my favorite thing about opera is, well, I do love those fabulous period costumes. But I also have to say that being able to be someone that I'm not is also very enjoyable.
There are many different types of opera.
My favorite style of opera would have to be lyrical. It's very light, very comedic. It allows for a lot of fun movement about the stage.
A lot of Cathy's influences come from musicals.
I'd have to say that the 2004 movie version of Phantom of the Opera was my first taste of opera. While it is a musical, but it has a lot of operatic influences. That's when I really started deciding to get voice lessons, and 6 years later, here I am!
Cathy sees operatic performance in her near future.
I think most definitely that I'll be going into opera as a career. I'm going to be doing vocal performance at either Simpson or ISU.
Here's some advice for anyone looking to join vocal performance.
Heavily consider getting lessons. Being formally trained is a very good tool to have. You know how to open your mouth at the right places, how to make the right faces, but mostly it makes your voice sound a lot better and you gain better control over when and how you're singing.
This has been Janae Hoffman from Boone TV. You are used to a very professional TV station here at Boone High School, but even professionals like us screw up every once in a while. Here's Liz Faunus with a behind-the-scenes look at Boone TV.
You know Boone TV for the daily announcements, weekly news show, promo videos, and much more. We strive to keep BHS informed on all that is going on. But what you might not know is that it's not always smooth sailing. Let's take a look behind the scenes at Boone TV Bloopers.
Here we go.
Gonna pronunciate words.
Where you going?
Just read this to it.
Make sure to check out that. We also post our stories on our Facebook page.
The Hawkeyes are in the national champion. No, they're not.
Snoop D-O double jizzle. From all of us at Boone TV.
7 goats out of 10.
7 goats out of 10. Man. European folklore warns of Krampus and horned beast. And it doesn't exactly wow you following what great movies got. Let the wind go.
Record.
Record, Brock.
I can't record in here. There's 3 girls talking.
Oh, is it rolling?
What? I was fine that time! We're going.
Well, then mine just ruins it. Yeah.
R2, wait. This is a pro. Just wait. Way easier to say.
Oh, Tanner! Oh, no!
I'm sorry.
This is how you open the door to the green screen room. You twist, you push down, and then open. I can't get it. Open the door.
Oh, dang it. Boone TV has you covered. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang.
That's a weird thing.
Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it.
Poor Carrie's holding the boom mic.
I'm Liz Vaughness from Boone TV Behind the Scenes.
Thanks, Liz. Kevin Kiesel is known at Boone High School for his musical and swimming talents. Here's Alex Carey with the Senior Spotlight.
This edition of Senior Feature focuses on the one and only Kevin Kiesel. Kevin has been swimming for all 4 years of his high school career.
I've been swimming for 4 years. I started as a freshman, and I'd like to say that I was probably the worst one on the team.
He is now a captain of the swim team and went to the state meet last season.
But I worked really hard, and I worked my way up the levels, and I ended up being a pretty decent swimmer, but there's still a lot more work to do, and I'm just really excited for this year.
This last fall, Kevin led the marching Toreadors as a drum major.
The thing I like most about being a drum major is taking the leadership role again. I like all the time we spend in band, and we play a lot of great songs. This year was a lot of fun, and I got to give credit to Ethan and Elizabeth because they made my job a lot easier.
Kevin also enjoys reading.
And of course, I like the library. That's right.
He has been accepted in the University of Northern Iowa and will be attending there next fall.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I have all my stuff done. I'm going to major in supply chain management and marketing information systems. And those are basically two refined business courses.
This has been Alex Carey from Boone TV.
Thanks, Alex. And now, let's go to Justin Elsner with sports.
Thanks, Janae. Boone Athletics were in a full swing this past week. The wrestling team competed in Bondurant in their third meet of the season. Tanner Frost tagged along and has your recap.
This is Tanner Frost reporting at the Bondurant Farrar dual meets, where the Boone Toreadors are taking on the Bondurant Farrar Blue Jays and the Carlisle Wildcats. Seeking their first wins after introductions, the Toreadors began their season starting at the 160 weight class. Starting off with a pin, the Blue Jays looked strong, but Alex Wheeler immediately tied it up with 6 points of his own. At 182, Briley Aarons took a forfeit. At 195, John Anders came out swinging and fought strong. Later on in the second period, Jonas turned and pinned, scoring the Blue Jays another 6. Jordan Angle had a long-fought match, but eventually fell at 220 late into the third. Jacob Melton provided a quick pin to get the points back. As the smaller weight classes began, the score stood tied 18-18, with neither side giving an inch. Freshman Joey Pena began the lower weights and fell late into the third period by tech fall. Braxton Wright took another forfeit for Boone afterwards, as did senior Cade Berman. Sophomore James Runstead stepped onto the mat at 126 and gave Boone 6 more points. Jimmy Bausted lost by minor decision, and Mason Holst tech fell his opponent for 5. In the final match, Anthony Keller fell in the third period, but it didn't matter as Boone clinched the win 41-38. Boone's next opponent were the Carlisle Wildcats, which opened up at 160 again. Carlisle started with 4 falls and a win by major decision, snagging them 28 points from 160 to 220. However, heavyweight Jacob Melton changed up the pace by quickly taking down and pinning his man. Back at the lower weights, Joey Pena snagged 6 through forfeit, and Braxton Wright came up at 112. Though a long and hard-fought match, Braxton fell in the third period, giving Carlisle 6 more points. The score stood at 34-12. Cade Burma grabbed Boone another 6 points, as did James Runstead. Carter Dighton was pinned in the third, and Mason Holst grabbed a win by points. Anthony Keller was also pinned to finish off this duel, and Boone falls short 46-27. Boone goes to Carroll this Thursday for their next meet, and this has been Tanner Frost from Boone TV Sports.
Thanks, Tanner. The girls' basketball team was home last Friday night, taking on the Ballard Bombers. Seeking their second win of the season, our very own Corbin Waffle has the recap.
On Friday, December 4th, the girls' basketball team had their home opener against Ballard in an all-conference matchup. Ballard won the opening tip but failed to score. However, Boone's senior Riley Clayman had a nice drive to the hoop, resulting in the first points for the Toreadors. Ballard stalled on offense, which allowed freshman Maddie Danner to pick up Caitlin Shadle's rebound for 2 points. But the Bombers powered back with 2 points of their own. Boone came right back with Danner draining a tray, making the score 14-7 in Boone's favor at the end of the first quarter. To begin the second quarter, Ballard struck with a fadeaway jumper. But both teams got caught in some early foul trouble. Boone hit a rough pass, allowing Ballard to surge back and take the lead at 18-17. But sophomore Claire Sandvik produced in the paint, taking back the lead. The Bombers again came back with buckets of their own and led going into halftime 28-24. After halftime, Ballard's Meredith Ossian began shooting extremely well, causing Boone to struggle. But Danner tickled the twine again from the three-point line, bringing the third quarter score to Boone 32, Ballard 42. In the last quarter, Ballard's offense again began to heat up. Shadle dripped a nice three and had a score inside, but it just wasn't enough as the Bombers proved they were too much for Boone. Ballard took the game with a final score of 57-43, bringing the Toreadors' record to 1-2. The Doors will be in action tonight as they take on Carlisle at home. This has been Corbin Waffle from Boone TV Sports.
Tough loss for the girls, but they will seek redemption tonight as they play Carlisle. The boys' basketball team also hit the hardwood this past Friday as they played one of Boone's biggest rivals, the Ballard Bombers. Let's check out how they did with my recap. The Boone Toreadors faced the Ballard Bombers last Friday night in hopes of getting their first W of the season. Ballard found themselves with an early 8-1 lead over the Toreadors. Boone kept calm and passed the ball around the perimeter, ending with a 3-ball from Tanner Schminke to start the Toreadors' comeback. Boone then went on a 9-2 run, which took them to the end of the first quarter, tied at 12. The Toreadors continued to find success in the second quarter with solid shot selection and strong defense. Boone slowed down Ballard's fast-paced play. At halftime, the score was tied at 26-all, with Boone's Ethan Lewis making up for almost half of those points. Ballard came out hot in the third quarter, going on a 12-2 run to take a 38-28 lead. With Ballard firing on all cylinders, the Toreadors had a hard time slowing down the Bombers' offense. The Toreadors attempted to rally in the final quarter, but the Bombers seemed to be too much, taking the game 57-43. From Boone TV Sports, I'm Justin Elsner. In other sports this past week, the wrestling team competed at the Bondurant Invitational, and senior Cade Burma earned a hard-fought second-place finish. Also, in the first meet of the season, the boys' swimming team earned a second place out of 5 teams at the Toreador Relays. That's all from sports this past week. Now back to you, Janae.
Thanks, Justin. There's a new Christmas horror film in theaters now. Here's Kurt and Tanner with the review on Krampus.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Hey Boone High, and welcome back to Two Guys in a Movie. And we are your hosts,
Kurt Yeager and Tanner Frost. This week, we decided to lose our Christmas spirit and review Krampus.
Well, the holiday season represents the most magical time of the year. Ancient European folklore warns of Krampus, a horned beast who punishes naughty children at Christmas time. When his dysfunctional family's fighting causes young Max to lose his festive spirit and unleashes the wrath of a fearsome demon, as Krampus lays siege to the Engel home. Mom Toni Collette, Dad Adam Scott, sister and brother must band together to save one another from a scary fate. This week, I gave it 7 goats out of 10, and Tanner gave it
5 goats out of 10.
So we agreed on 6 goats out of 10.
Pros. Krampus has a great story showing the family hating each other at the start, then coming together later on. Great special effects with Krampus and his minions. It had good jump scares and creative ways to take people away.
Cons. There were very few scares, and later in the movie, the scares were funny and not scary. I don't understand how the grandma could understand English, but she couldn't speak it. Also, some characters were useless throughout the movie, like the little fat boy.
I thought the attic scene was the best part because it was very funny with all the weird toys and decorations trying to kill them.
I thought it was funny when the angel was licking her face like, ugh, and the gingerbread men were like Despicable Me's going crazy, but Krampus barely appeared and he looked like a super old creepy pedophile.
But the problem was they barely showed Krampus and it didn't appear as scary as he should have been.
This has been Kurt Yeager and Tanner Frost from Boone TV reviewing Krampus.
The movie came out in theaters December 4th, so go see it and have a great day, Boone High.
It's Christmas. Nothing bad's gonna happen on Christmas.
Great job, guys! Thanks for watching this week's news show. We will be back next Friday with the latest news, sports, and entertainment at BHS. In the meantime, you can watch and read all of our stories at BooneTV.com. But before we go, here's Question of the Week.
Question of the Week! Question of the Week!
Welcome back to BO1 TV. This just in the presidential campaign. Yeager takes Ohio and jumps 1% closer to Wilkening. Here in the next 5 minutes, we should have the final votes from Illinois and Indiana. Currently, Wilkening is leading with a slight margin of 50,000 votes.
Oh man, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The final votes are in for all 50 states. Yeager hauls in a hefty 2,100,011 votes, but Wilkening stays strong, comes through with a dominant, can you say dominant?
I repeat, dominant.
2,450,360 votes. Ultimately, Brock Wilkening, yes, the Brock Wilkening, will be the next president of the United States. Congrats, Mr. Wilkening, from us here at BO1 TV.
We'll start with the questions now. Yes, you.
What is your first order of business in office?
Take out ISIS.
Fire myself because I'd be a terrible president.
As bad as school lunch is.
Free pizza for everybody.
I would make school start at 10 o'clock.
I'll get a puppy for everyone.
A DJ in everybody's backyard.
Free iPhones for everybody.
I would probably change the world.
Put more TVs in the high school.
I would make it illegal for anyone to have hair that is shorter than 8 inches long.
I'd do everything in my power to get impeached.
I would make all ice cream free.
I would make potatoes the national vegetable.
If I were president, I would make everyone eat applesauce every day.
Question of the Week! Question of the Week!